There's this idea that being a genius or having a high IQ is something you're just born with, that it's all in the genetic lottery. But what if I told you that's not the whole story? What if building a sharper, more insightful mind is less about the brain you were given and way more about how you actually use it? Okay, let's get into it. For the longest time, the common wisdom was that intelligence is fixed. You get what you get, and that's that. But, well, that whole idea is being flipped on its head. We're now starting to see intelligence not as this static thing you're born with, but as a skill. Something you can actually develop, something that gets stronger the more you practice. The big idea here is that your mind's potential isn't set in stone at all. So that leads us to the big question, right? If you can build a stronger mind, how do you actually do it? What's the game plan? What are the practical steps you can start taking, like, right now? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down. All right, the absolute foundation of all of this, the secret ingredient for this mental workout, is a concept called metacognition. Seriously, think of this as the core principle, the engine behind everything else we're about to talk about. So what on earth is metacognition? It's actually pretty simple for such a powerful idea. It just means thinking about your own thinking. That's it. It's about taking a step back and looking at your own mental process. It's how you spot your own biases, find the little holes in your logic, and basically upgrade the quality of your reasoning. It's like having an internal feedback loop running all the time. I love this way of putting it. You're not just a tenant living inside your mind. You're the architect. You're the one who can look at the blueprints, reinforce a weak foundation, and even design a whole new wing. Metacognition is what hands you the tools to consciously shape how you think. Okay, let's get to our first habit. Welcome to the first real exercise in your mental gym. You have to learn to question your own thinking. And listen, this isn't about creating self-doubt. It's about developing some real intellectual honesty with yourself. So, how do you actually do this? It's a simple 3-step process. First, just identify an assumption you have. It can be about anything, big or small. Step 2, ask yourself, okay, how do I really know this is true? What's the actual evidence? And third, this one's the real workout, you have to actively argue the opposite side. Try to genuinely convince yourself of the other point of view. This process yanks your brain out of its lazy autopilot and strengthens your reasoning like you wouldn't believe. On to our second habit, and this one is all about building strength through resistance. I'm telling you, the best way to train your brain is to intentionally choose to be mentally uncomfortable. Just like lifting weights at the gym, right? Growth never ever happens in the comfort zone. This quote just nails it. We are wired to seek out what's easy, what's comfortable. But our brains, they actually thrive on challenge. That resistance, wrestling with a really complex idea, or trying to learn a difficult new skill, that's what forges new connections in your brain. It's the struggle itself that makes you smarter. And here are some fantastic everyday examples. On one side, you've got comfort food for the brain. Just passively scrolling through social media or rewatching your favorite show for the 10th time. It's easy. It requires zero effort. But then look at the other side. This is the good stuff. Reading a challenging article, engaging with someone who has a totally different political view, or trying to learn a new difficult skill. That's the mental discomfort zone. That's where the growth is. So you're putting in the work, you're questioning your thinking, you're embracing that mental discomfort. What's the payoff? What are you actually building? You're building your cognitive core. Think of this as the whole point of the workout. It's the mental strength, the stability, the agility you gain from all that training. So, let's recap the game plan real quick. Number 1, practice metacognition. Become the architect of your own mind. Number 2, make it a daily habit to question your thinking. Challenge those assumptions you carry around. And number 3, consciously choose mental discomfort. Actively look for ideas and conversations that are going to stretch you. And please remember this. The real goal here is not to chase some number on an IQ test. It's about developing a mind that is more flexible, more resilient when things get tough, and just more insightful about the world. Now, that is a prize worth working for. So, I'll leave you with a direct challenge. I want you to think about your day. What's just one easy thought or one piece of comfortable content that you are going to intentionally replace with a hard question or a challenging idea today? The workout starts now.